lines, it will be in this wallpaper, and this would be the home page. So you can then change it later on to the different features that you need. Then coming on continuously to the bottom side of the screen, also this side, there's the brightness of the display, so you can adjust the brightness, dim the screen, or make it brighter. Or also you can change the volume of the display, so you can increase it or decrease it to the level that suits you. On this model, you can also swipe up on the screen, and you have a lot of other features that come. That includes like your home screen, your tasks, like to interchange between the tasks, the source, which is like the ports of the display which are available. So if you, let's say you connect an HDMI cable, you can then click here, then click on source, then you can select the port that you've connected your device, and then it will connect to that source. You can also open the settings, similar to the other option which is there. Then also you can increase or decrease the volume. You can also change the brightness of the display. You can also enter into the whiteboard from this option. It will get into the whiteboard. You can also annotate on the screen. So let's say if there's a document which is open and you want to highlight on it, you can then select the pen that you want to use, maybe highlight, maybe write your point that you need, and then you can choose two options to save. You can either save directly to the display, or you can create generate a QR code, so it might take a bit of time depending on the network connection. So once it generates the QR code, you can then scan it, and it will then come to your mobile device or your tablet or whatever device that you'd be using.
Okay. The network is poor. Yeah.
The network is a bit slow, but if the network is stable, it will
Very fast.
generate the code, and then you would save it.
QR code.
Also, you can like erase the information that you have written. You can either use your hand, or you can use your palm to erase the content, or you can just delete what you're working on and not save the information. Then you just quit. Lastly, on this option, there's also like to take a screenshot. So you select the area that you want to take a screenshot, and then take it. Then it will be saved on the screen, and it will write where it is saved, so you can easily locate it if you need to find it. Also on this option, you can set the child lock. So once the child lock is locked, no one can touch or play on the display up until you put a password. And the default password for this screen is 2580. So you just put
2580. Yeah.
Confirm.
Gaurav, you remember that's 2580. Okay.
This is usually like one of the things that most people have troubles with.
Yeah.
Or you can also use the remote, like maybe if you're not able to do so, you can use the remote to press.
Unlock.
Then also there's the
Power
option, which is similar to the one at the bottom. Also on the top side of the screen, so depending on the network that you're using, if it's connected by Wi-Fi, you will have the Wi-Fi signal, or if it's connected via LAN cable, you will have maybe a PC notification that will be popping up on the right side of the screen. You can also, on either side of the screen, you have a shortcut menu where you can easily access different shortcuts. So even on this side, if I press, the same options would come. And you can then, there are different options that you can select. So the first option, which is on the top, is to go back. Let's say if maybe let's say the whiteboard, for example.
Undo.
If you want to go back, you can easily go back. And then if you want to save whatever, then it will come back to the home screen. Then also there's the option for the home screen that you have. So if you're wherever in the system of the display and you want to quickly go back to the home screen, you can just quickly press the home button. This option you can also open, like let's say if there are many applications that have been opened, so you will have the option here showing, and you can then clean them up and delete any application that will be running at the background of the display to maybe increase the speed or the processing of the display. You also have the annotation option also here. This is the same as the one at the bottom. So if you just click on it, it will get into annotation mode, and then you can continue with your annotation. You also have the ports that you can select, which is the same option on the swipe up menu. So you can select the ports which are open. And also you also have the menu screen. So on this menu screen you can have different options which are there. Starting from the top, it will show you the date. You also have like notifications. So let's say if you have many other applications that send you notifications, you can then click on the notifications, and you'll be able to have a list of all the notifications which are there, and you can easily follow. You can also have like your calendar option, the child lock, which is similar to the one at the bottom. Then there's also the energy saving option. So if you click on the energy saving option, the screen will switch off and go into energy mode. Then on the remote, you can either press to turn on the screen, or you can press the power button to turn back the screen on. You also have eye protection, so if it's too bright, you can dim the screen on this option. And you can also have the spotlight option, which is similar to the one that was at the bottom. You can set a timer. Let's say if it's maybe it's a function, or if it's in a meeting and you have maybe tasks that you're assigning to different colleagues, you can put a time on it and then do the timer to start counting down. Once it counts down to 0, it then alerts you.
Or in a class.
Yes, or even in a classroom setup also. This can be used for, let's say, if it's a test or any other activity. You also have a curtain that you can use, so it will just pop up, and you can also change the background of this to something that you might like. So let's say it's a presentation that you are doing, or if it's in a classroom setup, there's maybe a test that you put and you don't want the students to immediately see it. You can then put this, and once they get into the classroom, you can either push it up or left, right, or push it down to move it, or you can just close it so that they can then be able to see the contents that are on the screen. You can also have the option to split the screen. So one side you can have the whiteboard open, so you can be working on the whiteboard, and maybe you can also find another, maybe let's say the screen sharing option. So like maybe the students can then scan to showcase maybe their answers, maybe you write questions, then they can scan this to get the information.
Go to the YouTube, like the video. Yeah.
Or you can also minimize or maximize the side of the screen. Then you can swipe to get other features. So you can also record like the contents that are happening on the screen, and this will record in full HD. So the content that you'll be working on can be then saved later on to the screen. You can also have the option for the screenshot, which is the same option as below. You can also have the voting option, so you can create a poll, and also like then scan, and then different results will be there on the display, and then you can put your answers, and then the content will show on the display. So this can be like multiple people that are within the place. Another option which is there, you have the magnifier option, also the camera option to open the camera option, or you can customize to add like the other applications. So for example, like the calendar, you can then add it so that it's easily accessible on the shortcut menu. You can also adjust the volume and the brightness of the display, similar function which is on the other part. and you can also have like quick applications that you can add here, or you can click on more and then you can move them around so that you can have the ones that you want showing up as the first four, not showing all the other applications. So basically this is the first part of the screen. Or one more feature, you have a floating menu that's on the display. So you can just drag it and move it around. And also on this you can have different shortcut options that you can have. And if you have an OPS which is connected onto the display, you can easily change between the two operating systems, Windows and Android, just by the click of the button. And you can also add other options here to add like different applications so that you can quickly access them from within here. I'm not sure if you have any questions so far for the first part that I've discussed. So now I'll get into the whiteboard under Android. So on the whiteboard under Android, there are different features on the display. So let me first start with the images, like with the content which is there. I'll bring it to my side so that I can easily explain to you guys. On the menu side, you have options to open, like let's say a pre-saved file, either on the device, or if you have external storage connected, you can plug it and then it will be able to access, let's say, pictures, and then import them onto the whiteboard, and then you can start working on it. Or let's say if it's a pre-saved session that you had done on the whiteboard that you want to continue on, you can also open from here and then import it back so that you can continue with the presentation. You can also click to save the content, and you can select on where you want it to be saved, on the internal storage, or you can create a folder so that it's saved in a specific folder, or on external storage that will be connected on it. And you can save it in 3 formats. That is the format that is read by the whiteboard itself, or PDF or JPG, like pictures, so that you can either share them to other people easily. You also have an option for email. So if you have, let's say, an administrator that has an email that you guys would use to send, let's say, meeting sessions, so you can put the details of the account, the password, the SMTP code, the ports, whether it's secure or not secure, you can click the check mark. So let's say after the session is done of the meeting and you want to share the contents of what was on the whiteboard, you can then open the mail option, select the email addresses that you want to send the content to, and then send it. So people will receive this directly to their emails. You also have the whiteboard software settings. So you can select the different options like network sharing or local sharing. So if it's on local sharing, you won't be able to share the content like outside of the display. So it's like it will just be saved on the display, and also the options of the how you'd want to erase on the content. Then this is the information about the whiteboard, the version of the whiteboard.
Okay.
Then the other last option would be to quit or exit the page. So you also have a tools column that you have. So you can have different tools that you can have on the whiteboard that you can use. So for example, you can add a ruler. So you can then use it to measure like different stuff, and the line will indicate like how big it is in centimeters. You can also just close it to close, so the line will also remain there. You can also have options to add like a compass, triangles, like protractor. You can also open like the browser, so the browser will pop up. So now you can then open to search, type whatever you want, then the information will be shown on the browser.
Yes.
You also have like a timer option, the curtain or calendar, which is similar to the previously, or you can open the camera option from here, and then the camera will show like the contents inside the room. Then you just go back. You also have the spotlight option. The number of splits that you need. You can change the background, and then you can click save. And then you can select like the different pens for each column. So let's say I'll select black there, I'll select red, then I'll select blue on this side. So people can either, if it's a team building session or if it's in a classroom setup, people can write simultaneously on the board without disturbing each other. So I'll give an example. So you can write like on the board
At the same time.
without interfering to the next person. And you can all select the eraser option. So you can either use your finger, you can use your reverse side of the hand, or you can use the palm to erase the content that will be written on the board. After everything is done, you can select to exit, and then either save the file, or you can just exit and not save what was being worked on. And then you then come back to the main whiteboard. So these are the options that are there on the tools function. Then you can also come to the option for sharing the content on the whiteboard. So there are two formats. You can either share the content as the page that you're currently working on, or you can say, let's say there are 4 or 5 pages that are open. You can then save all the 5 pages and create and generate a QR code that individuals within the room can scan, or you can take a picture and share with other people, maybe that were not in the session. So they'll just scan the code, and then they'll get the information of what they're working on directly with to their devices. I'll switch the options of what was this side to the other side so that I can speak about this. So on the bottom side, you can select to add more pages. So now you see like there are 4 pages here. I'll just list them out so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are pages that I've just generated. So you can be working on those pages to generate the content. You can also select to go, let's say, let me do this so that it's clear. So you can easily go between the pages, forward or backwards, easily, or you can just have them listed here and then know which option is there, or you can change the way that they are arranged, or you can just select to delete either all the pages, or you can select individual pages that you don't need and then share what you need to share. Now I'll come back at the bottom part of the whiteboard, starting with the pen options, which are there. So when you click on the pen option, you have different types of pens which are there, and also you have different colors at the bottom. You can also have the different size, the width of the pen. So I'll select like a pen, I'll select maybe a blue color. I'll select the thickness maybe to be 5. So now when I write on the board, either using the pen, there are pens that come with the device, or you can use your finger. So with the pen that came with the device, I can also write on the board. I can select, let's say, a different size, and maybe a different pen color. So now it will be thicker.
Thickness.
So it changes the thickness of the pen. can also select the more color options that you can select from. Let me change the sequence maybe. Change the color to orange. And you can see like the style will write differently. You can also change, so with this thing it's the same. You also have an AI pen where you can draw graphics. So if you write like circle, it will recognize and draw a circle. Maybe let me make it thicker.
Triangle.
It will recognize the triangle and then generate it. You can also do like stick figures and you can search for this. You also have the option to erase on the board. So there are different options to erase on the board. So the first option, you can use your palm to the front side or back side to erase the content. Or you can go on the option to select.
Yes.
Then it will delete the content. Or you can choose to fully erase the whole content by clicking clear and then slide, and it will clear everything on the board. You also have the option to add different content to the display. So you can either add tables, shapes, or like let's say a mind map, or you can add different types of files that are like images or PDF onto the unit. Or if maybe it's an OPS that's connected to the display, you can then click on like the option. So a pop-up window will be there of the OPS, of the contents of the OPS being shown. Or if it's connected via HDMI, let's say to the laptop, so the contents on the laptop would show in the whiteboard. You also have the option to change the background of the display. So you can put like maybe white or a different type of background, or you can select like the different colors of the board which you'd want, or you can insert like maybe if it's like lines, or if you have your own image that you want to put as the background of the whiteboard, you can then click on add, and then it would be added onto the background side of the display. You can select the option to like redo or undo like what you would have done. So let's say if you deleted something that you want to make come back, you can just undo the previous action or redo the next action that you would have taken. You can select the option to select object. So you can select an object and then move it around on the display. Or you can duplicate it, so it's like two, or you can delete it, or you can make it bigger or smaller, or move it to the other side of the board. Is everything okay? Like, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now I'll go on to the next option to select multi user writing on the whiteboard. So the touch screens, these support 20 touch points like of writing. So you can have multiple people writing on the board. So you can select either like the option, so like let's say if it's on multi-mode, so more people can write on the board without interfering with the other. Or if you select the single mode, then multiple people cannot be able to write, but you'll be able to zoom in or zoom out the content, or move the content to different areas by the click of the button. Or you can select to move it differently or make it bigger. You can also choose to clear the whole like content as advised previously, or you can add like some notes if you want to add notes, or also you can do a sticky note that you can add onto the whiteboard. Then you can then save it or share it with the users within the. This is all within the whiteboard. The options that you can get. I've spoken about the features which are there here, and how you can then share the content to the different individuals. So I'll go back to the next option, which is the file manager. So on file manager, if you have content already saved onto the display, you can access it and you can easily navigate by using the menus which are on the top. So if it's like files, so it will search all the files either on the display, or if you have an external storage which is connected, it will come and be listed on this part, so that you can easily locate the document or picture and then import it to the display. Or if you have content that's already saved, let's say on Google Drive or OneDrive, you can just log in directly from here and then import it onto the display. On this option also, what more you can do, you can just like change the display status about this part of the display, and change how things are listed. So for example, if it's like on all, now it's like, oh, logging into OneDrive. Let me just exit this. You can change how the list will show. If you want big icons like this, or if it's just list, or you can select multiple files and then move them around. You can select like their options on what you need to do. You can either also compress it and then share it on email to the different individuals. You also have the option, let's say if an individual is visiting, like let's say your organization or the school, you can have like different backgrounds that you have, and you can, these are just templates which are already on the display that you can use, or you can also add your own template that you'd want to use, like a different background, and then you can write whatever content that you want. Let's say maybe if it's like maybe the agenda of the meeting, you can then just write the agenda of the meeting from here, and then like people, when they walk into the room, they already know what's going to be happening. You can also open like the browser, which is to just browse different content from easily, and all these functions are still under Android. You can also easily share content to the display. So this can be either on Android, Windows, Mac, or iPhone. So you can, so for, let's say for cell phone, you can easily scan this and you have the application to cast to the screen. If it's iPhone, you can open the mirroring option and then you'll be able to know the display name, which will be written so that you can connect to it. On PC, you can either use your laptop to just open the application, download the application to your laptop, and then be able to cast to it. There's a third option that you can use to cast to the display, which is using a dongle, but this dongle is an additional or an extra device that's charged separately. So if this is needed, you can get this, and you just plug and play it to the laptop, and it will sync, and then you can then cast directly by the click of the button to the display. You can also go to the background settings of this and change the information that you'd want to change according to how you want to use the screen. And you can have a total of 4 people sharing the screen, like to the screen directly, so it will be divided 4 different inputs onto the display, and you can easily click, let's say, maximize the one that you want to be fully shared onto the screen. There's also option to like install different applications, or you can also see different applications that are installed on the display already. And if you want to install your own applications, you can either do it on Play Store, or you can also use Aptoid to download like the APKs, so that they're saved onto the file, onto the PC. You also have like WPS Office, so you can open your Word documents, PDF, Excel, PowerPoint. All of these you can open without the need of any additional software. If you need additional software, you can just download directly from Play Store. We already pre-installed like Teams, Meet, Google Meet, Netflix, or WhatsApp, or whichever, Zoom. If there's a specific application that you might need us to pre-build, you can let us know, and we'll pre-install this directly when we're producing the units, so that it's already pre-installed onto the display, so that it's easy and convenient for the end user once they receive the units. Is everything still okay? Are you able to hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The last part would be on the settings of the display. So under settings, you can change the name of the device, or maybe where it's located, and also you'll be able to see the MAC ID of the device. You can also change the theme. So the theme would be like according to either a meeting room setup, education, technology, or the classic one. Like this is totally up to the end user. So once you select it, it will be able to change to the mode which you want. You can also change the wallpapers of the background, or you can also add the custom, like if you have your own that you want to add, you can click on edit, then you have it on the display. This display you can also connect to the internet in two ways, either via the wired network, via LAN. So if it's connected, it would be showing. So now you can see it's grayed out. Or if it's wireless, like now, the Wi-Fi name will be popping up. If it's connected, then all the details will be there. So you can also have the hotspot for this device. This is why you're able to share content directly to the device. And it has two network frequencies, that is 2.4 gigahertz and also 5 gigahertz. But these cannot be used simultaneously. You would have to use them separately, like if you're trying to connect to the device. And also you can change like maybe the hotspot name and also the password that you want people when they're connecting to the device.
Joseph is talking to.
So since not all models come with Bluetooth, but this model that is provided to you guys has Bluetooth, so you can be able to connect like your Bluetooth speakers or other additional devices that you might need to connect to the display via Bluetooth. You also have the power management option, where you can change like what time it goes to energy saving mode, or if you want to time when the device boots or when the device shuts down, you can click on the setting and then change the time when it switches on and when it switches off automatically without the need for having a person to do it physically. You can also change the channel settings. So for example, if you have an OPS connected at the back, so every time when you put on the screen, you'll select, let's say you can select the option. So you can select that every time when the device boots, it should go directly to the OPS without necessarily changing it. So every time when you put the screen, it will directly go to that. Or if you have other devices that are connected via HDMI, once you turn on the screen, it will automatically convert to that option. You can also change the power options, and if there's no signal detected on the screen like that you'd have selected, maybe let's say within 5 minutes, the screen will automatically go back to the home screen on its own. You also have like some security features that you can enable. So the first being a USB lock. So if you don't want people to just put USBs in access content or put their content onto the display, you can disable this so that people don't access the display. And the default password also is the same, 2580. As child lock is the same code that you can use so that people don't tamper around with this. Also screen lock, you can enable this and you can change the password to what you want. So let's say if you don't want to use the password that originally comes with the display, you can then change and set to your specific one. Also, if you want people not to install or remove applications, you can put a password on it so that they won't be able to access, and the password is the same, 2580. You have the more option, like where you can select different functions on the display. So for example, like you can see like this, where it's written 5 finger off screen. So if I put 5 of my fingers on the screen for a bit, the screen will turn off. It will go in sleep mode. If I then also do the same, it will turn on automatically without necessarily pressing anything. Or option 2, so if I use three of my fingers on the screen, the shortcut menu will locate to where I am. So if, like, let's say I'm the other side of the screen, it will follow the gesture that I needed to do. You can also have different language options that you can add. So originally, like, you can add English and other applications, like the common languages which are there: Portuguese, English, French, Russian, Chinese, Indonesian, like Arabic also. So you have different options for different languages that you can add on the screen. So if you change the menu, everything else will be in the selected language. Also here, this is the option to change the time.
Do you know Arabic also?
Yes, Arabic is there.
Yeah.
So now it's in Arabic, as you can see this side of the screen.
Arabic language now is basic for Middle East.
And also you can just have like different other like languages that you can add.
About 30 countries, right?
Yeah.
20 to 30 countries language. Yeah.
Then on this option is to change the volume levels, the equalizer. This is like on to the settings that you need. Then on this side you'd access the technical issues about the technical information about the display. So that is the system version or the software version of the motherboard that you're using. So the first 3 digits would be the motherboard name that you have and when it was created, and then also you also have like the Android version, the storage of the device. And for storage of device and RAM of device, the base will be 4 plus 32, but it can go as high as 8 plus 128 gig of RAM and storage. So for some customers, they want this to be on the higher side, so this can be done. And the resolution of the display is 4K, and the duration of how long the display has been on will also be indicated on this part. For software update, regularly if there's maybe a bug that you have on the device, you can let us know, and then we'll generate like a new software version which will then update to you.